Okay, so we will start with the process analysis proposal. To know a little bit about the problem is presented when Presto Laundromat starts having trouble with a specific client when his clothes get lost. He starts having trouble with the business and then gets mad at them. Due to it, the client is considering to stop attending the business, and if he does, his friend might as well. The reason for this problem were that they had just installed a new computerized system designed to shorten the long drop-off and pick-off process. Also, the training had went for only 1 week, so employees had trouble understanding it. The client dropped his clothes on the first day of using the new system, and the clothes had been missing for a long time since they were delivered to a different customer, but nobody knew that.
Overall objective. Based on established problem, the overall objective of the project is to make an analysis on the current situation of Presto Laundromat in order to find the critical elements that are and can cause a negative impact on the prestige, competitiveness, process, and decision-making of our client. It's desired to propose the resolution alternatives that follow Presto Laundromat's requirements and goals to keep going on in the future. The specific objectives are create a work schedule, analyze the case, select consulting model, identify and analyze the laundry processes, identify critical elements, generate proposal alternatives, and select the best option.
For the methodology of intervention, after a given analysis of the situation under study, we found that the most suitable consultation model for this case would be operations consulting. This methodology focuses on analysis of systems used by customers in order to meet their objectives and improve efficiency at the company. It also evaluates each level of operations, such as production, distribution, sales, and customer service. For the implementation of this methodology, we expect that the system will be analyzed in higher detail. There will be a clearer focus on goals and objectives at the company, and there will be an improvement in operational efficiency. Also, the processes will be redefined in terms of time, steps necessary to meet objectives, personnel involved, and costs.
From the process analysis proposal, these are our expected results. It is expected from the project to guide the client and involve it into all the process of both diagrams and solution generation. And by doing this, he will be able to have complete responsibility on the decisions that are taken. Also, the result of doing this is that the client will now have a lot of experience and have the ability and knowledge and experience to solve its issue at any time. This is also another expected result. And last but not least, it will also be recommended to the client to include some KPIs options in order to measure the performance of the Presto Laundromat processes and know their performance levels. This is our 3 expected results.
Hello, my name is Mario Contreras, and I will be the main responsible for the cultural change proposal. Okay, let's start with the background to the problem. After a complaint report from a customer unsatisfied with the implementation of a new computerized system received by the owner of Presto Laundromat, he himself has begun to notice problems and areas of opportunity in his human operations. Within the problems or areas of opportunity that involve human operations as analyzed in the case, there is little advice on the new systems and possibly any change. Poor communications between levels or jobs, little considerations of the customer's feedbacks, and poor planning to solve problems. The overall objective, the general objective, will be to obtain results from different tools and practices that identify the root causes of the hindrance in the problem solving, in order to later attack them by implementing practices or models that are adapted to a culture that balances innovations and customer service to improve a communication between all levels and or position of the laundry, causing Presto Laundromat to be able to solve problems efficiently and without requiring external help. Which ones are going to be the specific objectives? We can start by understand the situation and its points to resolve or give greater focus. Another can be identify the type of culture in which you work and to which you want to change. Another can be identify the variables that will favor the measurement of results, the KPA. Those are very important. And other can be identify priorities, design and select a strategic plan that considers time and cost, and others. The methodology of intervention, taking into consideration the initial analysis that was carried out on the situation under study, the use of human resources consulting has been considered as the most appropriate intervention methodology to comply with the cultural change proposal. Like the process proposal, it has been decided to work with the consultation model, process consultation. The human resources consultancy in its diagnosis, operation, and termination phases will be focused on the managing issues related to the company's employment, beginning with the analysis of human operations and levels of position in its initial forms, finding the areas of opportunity or root causes of problems to sequentially carry out actions that improve remuneration management, implement welfare system, improve change management, and address communication issues. Finally, with the action of change, the client will be provided with the cultural knowledge to which he wishes to transform until he ends up adapting to it. Which ones are going to be the expected results? It is mainly expected that customer satisfactions and problem resolution time, evaluated as KPA, show a considerable change for the benefit of the culture to which they are moving, having that customer satisfaction should increase and problem resolution time should decrease. In addition, it is expected that the Presto Laundry, after having shown an adaptation to the new culture where it was able to empower itself and solve its own problem during consultancy support, can continue to do so without the support. This is the Gantt chart of activity. As we can see, the duration is about approximately 66 days. You can see the phases of preparation, diagnosis, planning, application, and termination using tools in every step. So we can documentate all the information and continue to then give the termination and make sure that the Presto Laundry can continue without us.
So for the quote of this project, we first determine how long will the project last. For the cultural change proposal quote, we determine that this project will last 66 days, and that each member is going to work full-time on this project for 8 hours a day. Also, we define as 115 pesos as the average price per hour, which we found is the average that a consultant in Mexico earns per hour. Then we define a 16% tax cost, which is the IVA, which is added to the cost of HR. Then we have the percentage of utility, which is how much percentage we plan to earn from the cost of this project, which is 20%. Then for transportation, we calculated, we investigated the average consumption of kilometers per liter in a car, then the average distance of a commute in Monterrey, and the average cost of a liter of gas. Then for food, we also search for the average cost of a meal and a coffee. For materials, we also search for cost of materials like whiteboards, USB, and paperwork. And in the number of times, we added one of these costs per month. Also, we did the same for the softwares. We found out directly from the page of the business that provides the service what is the cost per month per user, and put it times 3 because the project lasts about 3 months. And emergencies, we added some costs that will be used if there's an emergency, like we need an external consultant or something like that. The total cost of these proposals comes up to 299,607.89 pesos. You will see that for the process analysis project, the code is almost the same. The only thing that changes is that in this project, the duration is of 65 days, 1 day less than the other one. Also, the calculations were done under the same parameters, and this cost came to almost the same, a difference of about 2,000 pesos. And with this, we can calculate the total project cost, which is 997,364.74 pesos.